Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am your host, the notorious H.I.M, and I am back with another BDSP Wi-Fi battle. I'm using the same team as last time. This is the last time I'll be using this team for the videos. I got a new team that I'm working on, but it's just taking me a little bit longer just to kind of breed these mons and test this team. So next week will definitely be a new battle for sure, but let's rock it out with some of our favorite mons here. Looking at my opponent's team, he's got a pretty interesting team as well. So I'm thinking, leading off with the Rotom-Mow, I'm pretty much going to be able to outspeed everything that he has, barring any choice scarf on like the Persian or anything. So that's what my opponent does. He goes ahead and sends out that Persian. And of course, I'm going to head out into Sears here. Best thing about Sears is that because he's choice scarf, it gives me the ability to just be a little bit more aggressive. Obviously I could just, volt switch up out of here. I could go for a Will-O-Wisp, but this Persian here, he's rocking the fake out, and look how much damage that does. So he's life orb too, so he's definitely gonna be doing a lot of damage, but I'm definitely gonna be able to get off this big volt switch on this thing and do a massive amount to this because Persian really doesn't want the heat with this. He don't want no smoke, so I go ahead and I volt switch and I pretty much cap him. So this pussycat is up out of here. And I get the crit. Not sure if that mattered or not, but I'll accept it. So I go out here, and obviously the world is my oyster. This Persian is up out of here. There's really not much that he can really do. I could obviously just go right out into Pimp Hands and start doing some fake out shenanigans of my own. I can bring in the Metagross. I can bring in Wonder Woman, but I'm thinking the best play here is to probably just go for Pimp Hands. Just come in here and show it once again how strong the Pimp Hand really is. So I'm really coming here just to smack a bitch. So that's what I'm gonna incline to do. I'm gonna go ahead for this big fake out no matter what he goes out into, except for this thing, right? So Sableye comes out and I'm thinking, oh man, I really can't do anything to this. So let me get up out of here because he's probably rocking Prankster and probably gonna go for a Will-O-Wisp or something like that. So I decide, go out into Empoleon here and I eat this Will-O-Wisp. Luckily, Empoleon is channeling his inner Neo here and dodges it like the Matrix. And now I can get off something of my own, right? Like I can very easily just get up my rocks. I can very easily go for a Scald, go for an Ice Beam. He really don't want that smoke, so I can very much do whatever I want. He decides to go out here and he brings in the Slowbro, which is definitely an ultra threat because I can't really touch this, right? Like on this Empoleon set, I'm not rocking the Grass Knot, I don't think. So I don't really know what he's going to be able to do, but I do get a chance to get my Stealth Rocks off, which is great. Now I have to make a decision, right? Like, what can I really do? I can very easily go out into Sears here. I can stay in Empoleon, but that's not really going to be the best bet here. Probably thinking, try to go for a Scald or something, probably fish for a burn, something. I'm not too sure how to deal with this Slowbro. I don't want something to come in, take a Scald for free and get burned. So luckily I do get off the burn, which is great. But Slowbro goes ahead and starts getting that Trick Room off. So now I'm thinking, oh man, I'm gonna have a real tough time with this team. Like if there's one thing that I struggle with is facing freaking Trick Room. So I'm like, man, I really don't know what I could do, but I'm probably deciding, now's the time to go out into Quagmire because if I can go out into Quagmire, if he goes for a Scald, at least I'll be able to absorb it. I'll be slower. I'll be able to, threaten this thing out. Probably get off like a, like a Toxic on something. So he goes for that water, that Scald, and I water absorb it. So he now knows that, he's not gonna be able to hit me with that. He's gonna have to hit me with the Psychic or a different type of move for this to really even have much of a chance here. But I'm gonna go ahead and get this big Earthquake off. That's basically my best play here, and that's exactly what I go ahead and do. I go for this big this big Scald here and hit this thing right in the face. Obviously, it's not gonna be doing the most amount of damage, and he shows me he's packing the Future Sight. So I really don't want to be taking a lot of that, right? Like I'm trying to figure out a way to really work around this Slowbro because this thing is an ultra threat, bro. Slowbro been a threat since Gen 1, and I gotta do something here if I'm going to make it. So I go back out into the Empoleon because I am specially defensive as tits, so I could very easily just live any Future Sight, and he decides to go out here, which is great for me. Now he decides to go out into Pervy Sage. That's a dope name. I love it. But definitely this thing is an ultra threat because this thing tends to be more physical than anything. So I could stay in and just go for an Ice Beam. I mean, I'm really not too afraid. I mean, I know I can live at least one, and this is gonna do a lot of big damage to this, especially with the Trick Room up. So I get off a huge Ice Beam on this, and he goes ahead and gets off his Defog. So that's great for him. He gets the Stealth Rocks off the field, which, you know, not too much of a big deal. Obviously, it would be great if I was able to keep that, but look at how much damage this Empoleon is able to take from that Future Sight. And, you know, typically with slow bros who rock Future Sight, they tend to rock the Modest. So he's probably doing a lot of damage with that, but that does very little because Empoleon is just so fat. So now I have to make a choice, right? Like if I go out into Quagmire here, he could very easily use the grass move, you know, and kill me. So I'm thinking the best play, just stay in an Ice Beam. If something else wants to come out and deal with this, that's totally fine. He goes ahead and withdraws the the Pervy Sage and goes out into Sableye here. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and Ice Beam this in the face, bro. Like, look at how much damage that does. And remember, like, Empoleon doesn't carry much special attack investment, so this is just raw power right here. And now I could very easily just go for either another Stealth Rocks, I could go for a Scald, you know, I could switch out. Like, I could really do whatever, but I think the best play here is just to stay in, you know. Like, obviously, if he wants to go for a Will-O-Wisp, he certainly can. And I'm thinking, you know, let's go out into Sears here, see if we can get some momentum, see if we can start, you know, Volt switching. You know, he doesn't want me to get the Stealth Rock off, so he goes for the Taunt, which is a great move for my opponent, but I done switched out. Sears is in the battle now. I could very easily Leaf Storm, I could Volt Switch, I could Dark Pulse, I could do a lot of different things to this guy. I could even Will-O-Wisp, you know, so he really don't want that smoke. He goes for the Recover, which is great, but I definitely am able to get off this huge Volt Switch, which is going to give me a little bit more viability because now I can bring something else in to kind of deal with this. And look how much damage that does, bro. Look at how powerful Rotom-Mow is. So I go back out into Empoleon because, like I said, I really don't want anything else taking a burn for free. Like, true say, like, that's really not what I'm about. Like, if I come in here with Metagross, he could very easily get that Prankster Will-O-Wisp off, and I don't want that. So I'm gonna go ahead and start Scalding here because if I could get the burn on you, that's gonna be better for me. He goes ahead and taunts again, probably thinking I'm gonna go for this Stealth Rock, but I ain't doing it, bro. Like, I'm going for this Scald, bro. I'm trying to burn your ass. And look how much damage that does, bro. And I do get the burn, which is great. Obviously, I know he's packing the Recover, so he could very easily start recovering here. But now it's about applying that pressure, bro. Like, what are you gonna do? I'm gonna go keep Scalding on you, and there's not much you're gonna be able to do. Or I could just go out, you know, like there's really no reason not to. And that's what I end up doing. I go back out into Sears because I'm predicting him to go out and go ahead and recover here, which is a good play, right? Like, this is a next level plays here, bro. Like, I'm in this guy's head. There's really not much he could do to stop me, bro. Like, if you want a Will-O-Wisp, you can. Nothing, like, that's not gonna really affect Rotom-Mow, obviously, but I'm gonna go for some big damage here now. Like, now you gonna have to decide what you're gonna do. So like I said, I mean, obviously the Sableye could very easily just start recovering. He could go for a Will-O-Wisp, but I'm thinking, you know, I'm about to hit this thing with Stab, Leaf Storm, and you're not gonna have a good time. You about to hit some grass, bro. Like, I'm gonna make you take a dirt nap with this Leaf Storm here. So you better be prepared for this. I'm not sure if Sableye could live this. I didn't count this battle, so I don't really know if Sableye, even from full health, could live this. Just based off of how much damage the Volt Switch did, I'm not too sure, but we about to see right now. I go ahead and get this big Leaf Storm off, and just look at that. Look at that immense amount of damage, bro. I know from this range, another one will kill it, but he could obviously just kind of, you know, stall me out a little bit because he could just keep recovering. Like, there's nothing going to stop him from keep recovering. I'm losing attack strength as I go because of the Leaf Storm, so there's really no point. I mean, obviously I could just switch out back into Empoleon. Like, this thing can't really touch the combination of Sears and Empoleon. So what are you really gonna do, DJ? What you got to make a choice here. You know, I could very easily have Leaf Storm again, see if he's gonna do something else. But again, like, I'm trying to hold on to Metagross, hold on to Wonder Woman in the back because I don't want that Willow. I really don't. but I'm predicting him to go for a recover here. So now is my best opportunity to really get the Metagross in here, and that's what I end up doing. I go ahead and get this big Metagross in, and he switches out into Regirock. So now I'm thinking, okay, I could probably live anything that this thing wants to go for, and I'm gonna go for this big banded Meteor Mash, bro. Like, this thing is a problem, bro. Like, Metagross is a freaking tank, bro. Look at how much damage this does, bro. Look at this. This thing almost caps this thing, and now I get the boost. So what are you gonna do? I'm gonna hit this Meteor Mash again. Obviously, I'm banded. I can't do anything else. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this big Meteor Mash off again, and this thing gonna get capped. Either something will get capped or something will get left with a hole in it. So you gotta make a choice, DJ, bro. Like, what you gonna do? I really don't know what this Regirock was gonna be able to do to me. Obviously, he was able to get his Stealth Rock off, but that's not gonna really impede Metagross here. He's gonna go for this big Meteor Mash in your face, and you're gonna take this. So in comes the Slowbro. I don't know how much damage it's gonna be able to do. This thing is already burned. Obviously, he could Scald, try to fish for a burn here, and of course, I missed the Meteor Mash, which sucks. I'm gonna go for it again because obviously I'm locked in. I want to see how much damage it's gonna do. Obviously, I'm invested. I got that attack boost. I want to see exactly how much it's gonna be able to do, and even that, you know, it does a lot to this thing. So he goes for the big Future Sight, which is fine. Obviously, he could decide to switch out next turn, but you're probably not going to be able to live this, or something else is going to leave with a big hole in it. So you have to make a choice at some point. Like, how are you going to deal with this big banded Metagross, right? Like what are you going to be able to do? I'm really hoping for either another boost or for it to cap it, you know? And he lives on like a sliver of health and gets the slack off. So good play for my opponent here. You know, I don't know how much more he could take. You really not want to mess with this powerful Metagross here. I'm up with the attack boost plus a choice band, bro. Like, I'm probably over 800 attack at this point. Like what are you gonna be able to do? I'm staying in. I'm going to Meteor Mash everything in front of me, bro. Like, you gonna have to make a choice. And I get another boost, bro. He goes to the Trick Room, and obviously that's a little bit scary because Slowbro is slow, he's gonna be able to get off some skulls. You know, probably do a lot of damage to me with that skull. Probably fish for a burn, but I'm invested, bro. I got the 2 attack raises, bro. There is no reason for me to switch out, bro. Like, what are you gonna do, bro? Like, what can you do to me? I'm hitting Meteor Mash. I'm clicking it, bro. There's nothing you can do. You're gonna have to eat this. He really should try to fish for a burn here, but he ends up going out. Obviously, you know, Slowbro gonna get that regenerator off, but this Altaria ain't gonna do nothing to me, bro. Like, what are you thinking, bro? Like, look at this damage, bro. Like, I got 2 attack boosts, bro. If I get another one, the game is over. This guy can't touch me right now. Metagross is ripping through this guy's team, bro. I'm just poking holes, bro. This big banded Metagross is having him the most fun time with this battle. Guys, this is such a fun battle for me, and he's not gonna have much left. So I will say right now, if you haven't done so already, please, for your boy, please just subscribe to this channel, bro. We gonna have more battles coming out soon. Subscribe, like it, share it, do what you gotta do. Let's get this video up. There's not much left for the battle here, and this guy really can't do much to me. So it was such a fun battle, bro. Like, Metagross just showing how dominant he could really be, guys, and I'm off this, so peace.